Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and configure your PowerScale cluster to send syslogs to Splunk or your syslog server of your choosing. To get started, there's two ways to enable alerting. One is through CLI and one is through the GUI. I'll show you real quick the GUI where you enable that. So this is really useful if you just want to turn auditing off for a little bit and then turn it back on without having to really dig down into the settings. This is also where you can add in the access zone that you want to audit. So if you configure everything and you want to add additional access zones, this is where you can do it in here. But we're going to have to hop into the CLI anyways because we're going to have to edit a config file. So I'm going to do pretty much everything from there. If you want, I'm going to put some links in the description below. One is to the Splunk docs for the PowerScale add-on for Splunk. There's directions on how to do this in there. I'm also going to include a really good document called Isilon File System Auditing Best Practices Guide. I'm also going to link the web admin guide and the CLI admin guide. All of those have really good information on this topic, as well as a slew of other things that are good to know and good reference points when you're managing your cluster. So to start, we're going to enter in several different commands to enable auditing for both protocol and configuration. We're going to enable syslogs, and we're going to enable syslog forwarding as well as auto deletion, and we're going to set the retention period. So let's get started. So the first command is all right, so we just enabled protocol auditing. So that is where you're going to see things like user created a file, deleted a file, changed a file, created a directory, etc. So those types of events. So now we just enabled configuration auditing. So that's like someone took a snapshot, someone changed a setting within OneFS. Okay, so we just turned on syslogs. So key thing here, I did not put global in this command. So the first three commands have global, this one does not. Okay, so we just turned on syslog forwarding. Now we're going to turn on auto delete. Okay. Now we're going to set the retention period for auto delete. I'm going to set mine to 250. Okay, now that we have all of that on, we can just double check our settings so far. I'm going to do that with Izzy audit settings global view. Okay, here we can see we have on, we have configuration auditing turned on, we have syslog enabled, we have auto purging turned on. All right, now we need to edit a syslog file. So this is where we actually tell OneFS where we want it to actually send the logs. So to do that, first we're going to copy the original file just in case we need to revert back to it for any reason. So we'll do that with a cp command, copy command. We're going to just copy it to the same directory, but we're going to add a .bku1 to the end of the file. Okay, now that we have that copied, let's actually edit the original file. We're going to use that we're going to do that using vi. Okay, once we're in here, we need to look for 2 lines. So we're going to scroll down until we find audit config and audit protocol. Okay, here they are. So audit configuration and audit protocol. So now we're going to edit this and add in a line to tell it what to send and where to send it, essentially. Okay, so essentially what this is telling it right now is to send pretty much everything to this IP address. So all events, all logs, we want to send it to that IP. If you look at the documentation I'm linking below, there's ways that you can really reduce the amount of alerts and only get what you think is important. And this is where you'll do it. You'll choose what you want it to send. Okay, now that we have our configuration file saved, let's go ahead and restart our syslog service. We'll do that by running this command. Okay, let's go ahead and double check all of our settings. Okay, so we can see protocol auditing is enabled. Let's go ahead and looks like we forgot to add in our auditing zones. Let's go ahead and add in the zone that we want to audit. Okay, we're going to do that with this command. Here's the system. Okay, so we're auditing the system access zone. Of course, if you want to audit multiple zones, you would need to add those in here. So let's go ahead and restart our syslog service again. All right. Okay, and we can see that we're already getting some alerts. So we can see that we changed the system auditing zone to be audited. Let's go ahead and let's create a file. So here I have Windows Explorer. I'm just going to create a new file, test123. Okay, so we can see that it did log it. We can see the SMP session was closed. We can see file was renamed. File was created. File created right here, renamed. So let's just do some more things just to see what we get back. Renamed file, yeah. All right, so we can see renamed a file. Let's go ahead and delete that file. Okay, we can see that the file was deleted. All right, let's let's take a snapshot. Let's make sure that the configuration auditing is working. Let's just double check that. So we're going to go to data protection, snapshot, and we'll just go ahead and create a snapshot all of IFS, so the entire file system. All right, and we can see that the event was logged. So that is how you set up your PowerScale OneFS cluster to send syslogs to Splunk or really any syslog server. All right, well, thanks. We'll catch you in the next one.